Paperwork, Paperwork, The Never-Ending Saga, an action research study by Maria D. Arce. As a teacher, I have always had to battle with the abundance of paperwork, whether it be student work, weekly bulletins, forms to fill out, important notices to parents, or other flyers and junk mail I receive in my mailbox. The amount of papers is overwhelming. I knew that I needed to take control of the situation as I looked at my table area. At times when I needed a certain document, I would have a difficult time remembering where I had placed it. I needed a plan to better organize my paperwork before it got out of control. My problem statement is, while using file folders, stackable letter trays, and a hanging file caddy, and taking 20 to 30 minutes daily to sort out papers, help me get my paperwork more organized and allow me to always be prepared to keep deadlines for paperwork that needs to be turned in. First, I went to Google to look for some ideas on how to get organized. There were three main websites that I referred to the most. The first one was called Getting Organized. It had lots of suggestions of different types of filing apparatus and other types of storages. It also had great suggestions on how to set up your file folders with the different types of categories to help sort out and organize your paperwork. Another website that I visited was called learnnc.org, and it also gave some great suggestions for categories for the filing system. And the other website that I visited is called imaginelearning.com, and it had great suggestions on how to declutter your classroom. Some of the suggestions that I liked were, first of all, take a deep breath. Then make a prioritized list. Set a project completion goal. And listen to music as you work, which I truly enjoy while I'm working. After doing my research, I decided to start looking for things around the house or at school, or even recycle some containers that would have been tossed out that I can use for my filing system and storage. The first thing I needed to do was to organize my students' files. I was going to have parent conferences soon, so I needed to have their assessments, grades, and work samples ready for parents. I had some hanging file folders, and I also had a math crate from a previous series we used to use. I realized that the hanging file folders fit perfectly inside the crate, and it also had a cover. So I set my goal to complete my students' files in a weekend, along with finishing report cards. I was able to accomplish this goal. Next, I started to sort out papers, declutter, and throw out what was not needed. I also passed out some of the students' artwork so that they could take it home. During our 3-week winter break, the custodians had moved my furniture around to wax the floors. So the first few days back from our winter break, I had to reorganize my furniture. Then I got started on organizing my file folders. These are some of the categories that I used to start setting up my files. The next step was organizing and labeling plastic storage drawers. The results. As seen in the before and after pictures, my table is not overloaded with papers and my area is beginning to look more organized. Getting started took longer than I expected, but well worth the effort. Once the files are in place and papers are sorted out, the time spent to keep it up is minimal. In conclusion, this research project helped me to get on track with organizing my classroom, especially the paperwork. There are many websites as good resources for ideas. Organization can be accomplished with some effort and time, and I also enjoyed seeing the results.